Lebanese flavours are some of my favourite. Today I thought I'd make some chicken kebabs using these delicious Bannockburn free-range chicken breasts. I'm going to serve it with majadra and some minted yogurt sauce. So I'll start by making some pilaf. Put my pot on a medium-high heat and I'll add some olive oil. Just a mild olive oil. 1 brown onion that's been finely diced. Good pinch of salt. And I'll just let that cook for a couple of minutes until it's softened. Majadra is made up from pilaf, caramelised onions and lentils, allspice, a little bit of butter. So once the pilaf's in the oven, I'll then marinate the chicken. While that onion's cooking, I just need to heat up 2 cups of homemade chicken stock. I need that to be boiling when I add it to the pot. Now the onion's softened, so I just add a clove of garlic that I've finely chopped. And a bay leaf. A couple of pieces of zest of lemon. Just being very careful just to get the skin only and not the pith. 30 seconds or so. Just for that garlic to soften. Now I've got some long grain rice that I've just rinsed and drained well. And I'm going to add that now to the onions and garlic. Stir that around so all the rice gets coated with the oil. Some salt, some pepper. And my stock's just coming up to the boil. So I can add that in. Now I'll bring this up to the boil again. It's almost there. And now I'm going to put the lid on and put it into an oven that's been preheated to 200 degrees for exactly 15 minutes. Yep. While the rice is in the oven, I'll start preparing my marinade for the chicken. Very simple, few cloves of garlic, some salt. I just need to pound that garlic into a paste. I'll just add the juice of a lemon and keep grinding. And then the next ingredient is some olive oil. To prepare the chicken, I'm just going to cut each breast into 5 pieces. Pour my marinade in and mix it around well. Then onto a clean plate, I'll thread my chicken pieces onto skewers. When you're threading them on, just be aware of how you're putting them together. You want to leave them reasonably spread out so they can cook easily and evenly. Spread them out so they're nice and flat. I'll pour the last of that marinade back over. And I'll leave these at room temperature until we're ready to cook. As soon as that rice is ready, these can go on. Now for the majadra, the other ingredients I've prepared are some caramelised onions that I've just sliced very finely and slowly cooked with some olive oil and some salt. And I've got half a cup of baby lentils that I've just cooked in chicken stock for about 15 to 20 minutes until they're tender. The other ingredients for the majadra is some unsalted butter and allspice. I've got some natural yogurt that I've been hanging overnight just in some muslin cloth and a simple strainer to get all the whey, remove all the whey. So I'm just going to tip out that whey. Now the reason I've done this is I want to have some very nice thick yogurt. You can see it's thickened right up. To that yogurt, I'm going to add some finely chopped mint leaves. Be generous with the amount of mint. It's a great flavour. Into the yogurt. Good squeeze of a lemon. A little bit of garlic. Just half a clove will do. We've got lots of garlic in this dish. I want the garlic to be nice and fine for this sauce so there's not big chunks in your mouth. So I'll just put some salt on the board and just crush it with the blade of my knife. Into the bowl. Salt, pepper, and give it a good mix around. I'll just serve up a small bowl of that. Now my rice is ready, so I'll just take that out of the oven. Look at that. Looks good. I'll just leave the lid on for a second. Now I need to heat my griddle pan. I need to get it nice and hot. So high heat, generous amount of olive oil, and we'll just wait for that to come up to temperature. Now just be careful, this pot is very hot now. I'm just going to pick out the bay leaf and lemon. And just fluff the rice with a spoon. Now while that's hot, I'm going to add those caramelised onions and the lentils. Those lentils are warm and that rice will just heat them through. Just need to make sure you separate those caramelised onions as they stick together. I'm going to add some knobs of butter just to let that melt through the rice. And the special ingredient, some ground allspice. Be reasonably generous, it's a great flavour. And for luck, some salt, some more pepper, and I'll leave that to sit with the lid on just to keep it warm while I cook my kebabs. You need this, be patient, you just need this to be really, really hot before you put the chicken on. My pan's just starting to smoke slightly, so I'll season the kebabs. There's already a little bit of salt in here, so I'll just be light this time, but lots of pepper. And don't forget to roll them over, do the other side. and into the pan. Now I'll give them about 3 minutes each side. I want them, before I move them, I want them to be nice and golden. Now, just turn these over. Beautifully barbecued. And just another couple of minutes on the other side. Got some beautiful tabbouleh in the fridge that I made earlier. Mint, parsley, red onion, some garlic, some allspice. These kebabs are done. They look great. So now to plate up. Generous amount of rice. Minted yogurt sauce just across the top. And some sumac. And there it is, my Lebanese inspired chicken kebab.